So first thing we have to open Tableau. So as I told you, you should practice this every day. Okay? So just open the Tableau and open the workbook from the Tableau server itself. So for the starting page, sorry, 1 second, I'll share again. So what you have to do, you have to sign into the server first. So while signing into the server, what we do? First, we have to copy the server link. So copy the server link. Okay. Then paste it in the server link and just click on connect option. So once you sign into the server, right, you just click on the open workbook option. So as I told you, we have and just click on the dashboard workbook name and just click on open. So like as we discussed earlier, like so just give me a second. So the Tableau dashboard is opening here. So this is a dashboard you are working on, right? Okay. So as I told you earlier, so like if you go to our Tableau notes, Tableau basics or Tableau introduction and go to Tableau architecture, right? So in Tableau also we have three different types of environments: development environment, testing environment, and production. So we are working on the development environment currently. So for development environment, we have different URL. For testing environment, we have different URL. Okay. And for production environment, we have different URLs. So if they ask you how you how you publish the dashboard to the production server, so no need to confuse. Simply you can tell that if I want to publish the dashboard to the production server, simply we have to log into the production server first. So just copy the production URL here. Just copy the production URL, go to the Tableau, and in the sign in option, provide that URL and then sign into the Tableau server. Okay. So this link is assume that this link is development server link. Similar to this link, we have QA link will be separate. We have and production link we have separate. So how we are logging into the development server is similar in a similar fashion. We'll log into the QA and production server also. Okay. Only the difference between all the environments is like link only. Okay. The link is the only difference between all the environments. So as of now, assume that we are in the development environment and we are daily publishing this dashboard to the development environment. So once the development is complete, so maybe after 30 days or something like that, we'll publish this to the QA environment. What will happen in the QA environment? I'll tell you now itself. What we do in the QA environment means the QA environment, we will be using the QA database. Okay, QA database. So as of now, what is happening? Just give me a second. So assume that this is a development environment, right? So this is a development. And for QA also, once the development is over, right? Then we'll publish the dashboard to the QA environment. In the QA environment, what we will do? We will use the QA database, QA MySQL database. Okay, hope you understand. So like Tableau, in Tableau we have different environments, right? Like in the database also we have different environments. So we are using MySQL database, right? Assume that in MySQL also we have development is there, we have QA is there, and we have production is there in the database also. In the Tableau also we have three different environments, and in the QA in the database also we have three different types of environments. And when you are doing development of the dashboard, right, we will connect to the development database. And if you publish the dashboard to the QA environment, QA Tableau server, right, then we will connect to the QA database. And if you publish the same dashboard to the production environment, right, then we will change the dashboard from QA database to the production database. So I'll just simply tell you how to change it. Okay, I'll tell you simply how to change. As I told you, we have different links for Tableau or Tableau development, QA, and production, right? Similarly, we have different details for the different links for the database development server, QA server, and production server. Simply, we have to change the links only here. Links only we have to change here also. There is nothing changed. Okay, assume that I'm just assuming that my development is completed and I want to publish this dashboard now to the QA environment. Now what I have to do, just go to the server option. Now just sign into the QA environment now. So what you do while signing into the QA environment, we have to provide the QA URL link. So that is the first step. After signing into the QA environment, as I told you, we have to change the database also to the QA environment. Then how to change it? Just go to any one sheet here. Just go to any one sheet. Now you see this is the MySQL database, which is a development database. Now I want to convert this into a QA environment. So what we do, simply just click on the right click on it, click on the edit data source option. Now here you can see development details, right? So now what you have to do, simply replace the development details with the QA details. Like maybe it is like qa.gvkatech.com, and port number will be same most of the time. Database also will be remain most of the time. Only password and username will change sometimes. So provide all these details, just click on sign in option. So after signing in, what it will do, it will try to extract the data from QA environment now. Once you change the details to the QA server, QA database, what it will do is it will try to extract the data from the QA environment. So you know already how much time it will take to extract the data from QA environment. Maybe it is around, it will depend upon the database and data size. I think we have already discussed about data sizes initially. So just go through that one. So depending upon the data size, it will try to take the some amount of time here. Okay, so like that. So once you log in, once you change the database to the QA database, right, then go to the server, simply click on the publish workbook option. So that is the only change we have to do. Okay. Now, once you publish it to the QA environment, from after QA environment, we have to publish to the production environment. And you may get doubt like this. The development environment, we are doing development. Because of that reason, we are publishing it to the development environment. Then what is the need of publishing it to the QA environment? Anyone will tell? What is the need of publishing dashboard to the QA environment? Anyone will tell?
To check the quality and performance.
Yeah, to check the quality and performance. That is correct. And who will check the quality? And first of all, what is the meaning of quality? What is the meaning of quality? We know already performance, but what is the meaning of quality? Quality, what we told is correct answer. But what is the meaning of quality? And who will check this quality? The first one is we'll check. We have to check the quality. So QA environment also called testing environment. QA also called testing environment. QA means quality analysis. Sometimes it is also called testing environment, or testing server, or testing database. So we can say anything like that. System, environment, server, anything is all are same. So who will check the quality means users will check the quality. So what is the meaning of quality means? First they will check user interface. User interface means we are correctly arranging the sheets in the dashboard or not. The dashboard is as per their expectation is or not, they will check. So interface means And in the interface, they will check borders of the sheets, colors of the sheets, and colors of the titles and all those. They will check buttons are properly placed or not. So that is the user interface. And the second one is data analysis, data quality. They will check data testing or data quality. What is the meaning of data? For example, the total sales amount here we are getting is, like, for example, 2,40,000. They will check the same amount is coming from the database or not. See, we are pulling this data from the database, right? And so once we pull the data from the database into the Tableau, they will check they have similar values between the Tableau and database. They will check. For example, in the database, in the MySQL database, the sales value is 100, and they will check in the Tableau dashboard also. It is populating same 100 value or not. They will check. You may think that we are directly connecting to the database only. Then you may think that why there is a difference between these sales. You may think like that. Okay. So, but just I'll tell you what will happen sometimes. So if you directly pull the database column into the sheet, there will be no difference sometimes. But sometimes what we do in the Tableau, we will apply some conditions. What conditions we will apply? So when region equal to each region, then only I want sales. So sometimes we will write calculation fields, right? So when we write the calculation fields, this sales value may be different here. So after writing calculation, assume that the sales value is 80 in the Tableau dashboard. And what they will do from the database side is they will try to write the same calculation in the database also. And they will check whether the 80 is appearing in the database or not. So if it is same, then the data quality is correct. The data quality is good actually. But in the database, the value is 90 after writing same calculation in the database. In the database, how they write calculations means they will write some SQLs, case statements like that, and they will write the calculation in the databases. So what are the calculation we have written in the Tableau, right? So they'll try to apply the same logic, but using different functions, something like that in the database. They'll try to replicate the same logic in the database and they'll apply the logic like that. Okay. So all these things will be done by the user actually. Okay. User means, as I told you, CEO, managers like that I told, right? But when we are doing the testing, right, the CEO will not come directly here. CEO will appoint one more person who will know the SQL and all those. So this person will test the data quality, and the same person will test the UA thing also. Like that, they will do some data testing between the uh, database and the Tableau. So once they think that UA is correct and the data is matching, right, then the next step is we have to publish the same dashboard to the production server. And in the production server, all the users will log into the production server and they will try to use the dashboard. Okay, so this is the process. First from development to QA, then from QA to production server. Okay, and you may think that who will do this data testing? I told you this person, right? So this person will do the data testing. We need not to do the data testing, but as a part of the development, right? So we also make sure that, so as a part of the development, we also need to do the testing. That testing is called unit testing. So the developers will do the testing. Initial testing, the developers will do. That type of testing is called unit testing. And if the user do the testing in the QA server, right, the testing is called UAT. UAT means user acceptance testing. Once the user accept this testing, right, the data is correct, UA is correct, right, then only we move the dashboard to the production server. Users are doing the testing. That type of testing is called UAT, is nothing but user acceptance testing. Once the user says us everything is correct and everything is good, right? So this is called sign off. Sign off means once the user says everything is correct, he will say sign off. Then we will move to the production. So this is the overall thing about this one. And in the real time, we have to make sometimes document also. So why we have to make document? When we have to make this document, right? When you are doing the unit testing, you also have to do the unit testing actually. In the unit testing also, we will do the same thing. We will check the UA is correct or not. We will check whether the data is correct or not. We will do, and we will do this in the development servers. So as a developer, we will do this in the development environment. We have to we have to document all the things. If you say simply, if you say simply to the user that I have done testing, they don't believe us. They will ask you, is there any proof is there? They will ask us. So you have to say that, yeah. So we have to take the screenshots from the Tableau, as well as we have to take the screenshots from the my SQL also, database also. In the database, you have to write some SQL, and once you write this SQL, you will get some output, right? So this output should be matched with this Tableau one. So we have to take the screenshot from the Tableau as well as corresponding screenshots from the development database, and we have to paste those two screenshots in the Word document. So this is one. And so we have to repeat the same type of thing for each and every sheet, or for each and every requirement is there, right? For each and every requirement, we have 5 requirements are there, assume that. So for each and every requirement, we have to compare the data between the Tableau and the database. Then we have to take the screenshots, paste all those screenshots in the document, and just provide it to the user as a confirmation that we have done the unit test. So these are the different environments we have. So these are use of those things. Now let me go to the Tableau here. So hope you remember we are just discussing on the actual sales versus target sales. So before that, anyone have any question like this environments? Okay. Okay. Now what I will do here is like, so I'll try to cover today few more things, two more things today. What we will do is, as of now, we are getting the targets we are creating the targets calculation within Tableau, right? Today we will take these targets from the database. Okay. So I'll tell you how to do this. Okay. So now first I will go to this sheet where we are having actual sales and target sales for each region. So we have this bar is actual sales and this target is for that particular region target. And as a like to make it easy, what we have done is for each and every region, we are taking the same targets here. But in real time, for each and every region, the targets will be different here. Okay. So how the targets will be different here, I'll tell you. So what is the target field we are using here means go to the row shell, just see the region target field. So this is the field we are using for target. So just search for the region target field. Just click on the edit option. Now here we are taking, irrespective of the region, we are taking same target here. But my target should be changed based on the region here. So I'll simply write a calculation here based on the each region. So I'll write a if statement here. So just use the if and end statements here. So we have to write any calculation between if and end statements. Like not each and every. If you are writing if statement, then provide your conditions and your output within the if statement. Like if and end, between if and end, we have to write our calculation. Now, what is my condition? If region equal to east, then I want this minimum is, then my target is 5 lakhs. Okay. Else if you want to write one more condition, we have else condition is there, we have else if condition is there. So this is the condition. Before then, it is we have to write our condition. After then statement, we have to provide what is the output you want. Okay. Before then statement, we have to write your condition. After then statement, we have to write our what is the output you want. Similarly, if we want to mention one more condition, then go for else if statement. In the else if statement, we can provide condition as well as we can provide output also. I want to provide only output only. I don't want to provide any condition. Then go for else statement. Okay, hope you understand. Now I'll go for else if statement. When we have to go for else if statement, if you want to provide the condition as well as output, right, then go for else if statement. Now, what is the condition I want to provide here? For example, if the region is equal to west, right, then I want output as like min of, like my target, I want to change it to 4 lakhs. Okay. Now we have few more regions. And for east only, I want 5 lakh target. For west, I want 4 lakh targets. And all the remaining regions we have, right? For all the remaining regions, I want target is 3 lakhs. So for the remaining regions, I don't have any condition actually. For all the remaining regions, I want 3 lakhs is the output here. So in this case, we have to go for else statement. In the else statement, don't provide any condition. You can directly write the output only. I want 3 lakhs is the output here, like this. Okay. So min of 3 lakhs you have to provide directly here. Then what the Tableau will do, it will check first condition, that is east region, it will provide 5 lakhs is the output. Second condition, it will check west region, it will provide 4 lakhs is the output here. And for the remaining regions, it won't check any output. It will directly give for all the remaining regions, it will give the 3 lakhs as the output here. Like this. And you see, we are getting some error here. We are getting some error here. So this is the common error. In real time, we will get this error. This is the common error we will get in the real time. I'll show you what is the error. Anyone will guess from the previous batch? What could be the error here? Anyone? So it's a general thing actually. Anyone can guess. Maybe if they have any idea about Excel, Excel tool or database or something like that. Anyone tool. They have idea about any tool, they can guess. They can guess what is the error. Okay, let me drop down to this error. Let's see the error. What is the error? Cannot mix aggregate and non-aggregate comparisons. I think we have already discussed this one in the SPL. While writing the SPL, what I told you, all the fields, if you write any calculation, you can write any calculation. Within this calculation, all fields must be either should be aggregated ones or non-aggregated ones. But here what we are doing, this is 5 lakhs is there, right? This 5 lakhs is aggregated using min function, but region is not aggregated. In the SQL, what we have done, the select statement, we are aggregating the measures like sum of sales we are writing. And if you are using region, right, then how we are aggregating this region using group by function. Hope I covered this thing, I think, in the previous batches. Okay, so like this, for not this batch only previous classes. So if you write any calculation, either in SQL or any tool, not only Tableau, not only Power BI, not only Looker, not only any particular database also. This is the common, this is the minimum thing we have to learn. If you write any calculation in any tool, Python, SQL, Java, any language, if you write any calculation, in that calculation, whatever the fields we are using, all fields must be aggregated or all fields must not be aggregated. Only one thing only we have to do. Okay. Here we are using bin function for this output here, but we are not using the any aggregation function for this condition. So we have to aggregate these conditions also. Just go to the region here, just aggregate this one. But as the regions are, as the region is like east region, west region, like that, right? We cannot use some function here. But how to aggregate these dimensions in the Tableau? To aggregate dimensions in Tableau, use the ATTR function. So this ATTR function is specific to Tableau only. In other tools, it may be different. But aggregation, the concept is same, but it may be different. The aggregation function may be different in different languages. If you go for SQL as an example, to aggregate dimensions, we have to use the group by class. Hope you remember. Okay. After group by, we have to mention region like that. So for all the dimensions, we have to use group by function, ATR function. So in the interviews, they will ask you, why do we use ATR function? So if you have at least 5 years of experience, right, then you should come across this situation at least once or twice. So they will expect this one. Okay. So now you see the error is gone now. The calculation is valid here. Now the error is gone. So it is a one method if you want to aggregate the dimensions. Or what is the other method I can do? In the interview, they will ask you, why do we use ATR function? You can simply say, you can simply remember this scenario and tell the same scenario in the interview. Don't do anything. As an example, you can tell this scenario. So most of the people are not remembering the scenarios, and when they go to interview, right, they don't remember. They are not able to recall any scenario. So don't look for any new scenario. Simply whatever you are discussing in here, right, in the class, right, that is enough. If someone is asking you what is it, why do we use ATR function, simply tell two things. If you want to aggregate the dimensions, then use the ATR function. And the second one is tell this example. We are writing this calculation in the Tableau. As we are aggregating the measures here, we have to aggregate the dimensions also. Like that you can tell. And what is the other method I can do here is like I can simply remove the ATR function here. Remove the ATR function. Similarly, remove the min function also here. Similarly, remove the min function also here. Now you see, I am not aggregating any field here. That's why still I can see the calculation is valid here. Okay. So I just explained all these things in our class notes. You see, just to go through this one. Basic calculations and errors. If you go to this one, right, you can see all the general errors you will get in the tableau. You see under general errors in tableau calculations, you can see all these are errors. Cannot mix aggregated non-aggregated values. This is the one type of error. Other error is like cannot compare string and integer values. What is the meaning of comparing integer and string values? If I ask you 2 is equal to B or not, can you tell this one? We cannot tell, right? Why? Because 2 is an integer, B is a string here. We cannot compare integer and string values. Similarly, we cannot compare integer and date values also. So like we cannot compare two different data types. We can compare only single data type one. We can compare date with another date, integer with another integer, like that. So if I ask you, can I compare 2 equal to single quote 2? No. Why? Because 2 is an integer. Whatever you put within the single quote or within the double quote, right? That is a string actually. So we cannot compare the results. So we cannot compare different data types like that. And other one I provided here, arguments to sum is an already aggregation and cannot be aggregated further. So once you aggregate anything, right, then you can't aggregate one more time. So let me tell you how would you like that. Okay? So the first thing here is like if you remove the min function here, what you can do is for entire if statement, we can use again min statement here. Once you write entire calculation, for the entire if statement, I can write min function here. Now also the calculation is valid. So this is the different alternate methods to aggregate dimensions and measures like this. Or when you apply min function to the overall calculation, what will happen is what is the output of this calculation? 5 lakhs, 4 lakhs, and 3 lakhs, right? So this min function will be applicable for the outputs here, like this. So I can apply min function, max function, sum function, like that I can apply anything. Now, what is the error we did is arguments to sum is already aggregated. cannot be aggregated further. Further means I cannot use min function two times. Not only min function, we cannot aggregate the same calculation two times. For example, this calculation is already aggregated using min function. On top of this min function, if you try to use one more aggregate function like sum function, min function, max function, right, like that, right, then it will give you the error here. Now you see, I got error here. The argument sum of is already aggregation function and cannot be further aggregated. So we can use either one aggregation function only at a time. We can't aggregate it further. Okay, that is that one. And you see, results from if statements must be matched. Like what I told you, like after then statement, we are writing different then statements, right? So first then statement, you are writing integer here. For second then statement, if you write in string, right, then it will give you the error. After that, we have multiple then statements here. For each and every then statement, output should be a single data type. For example, after first then statement, we are using integer as the output. For second also, we have to use integer only, not string. Okay, let me show you that one also. Just remove the min function here. The calculation is valid. For example, you see, for first then statement, I am using min function here. Now, for other then statements, I am not using anything here. In that case also, it will give you error. But for now, just remember, like, okay, I'll just tell you, just give me some time, just I'll write everything and I'll just tell you what will happen. Okay. Okay. Now the calculation is valid here. Now you see, I don't have any error here. Why? Because after first then statement, the output is integer here. After second then statement also, it is integer here. After third statement also, it is integer here. That's why we are not getting any error here. But try to convert any one then statement output into a string here. Let's see what will happen. Instead of using min function, just use a string here. Now just string means within single quote. Now see, we got error here. What is the error? Expected type integer found string. Here they are expecting integer actually, but it is found string actually. So result type from if expressions must be matched. Okay. So all the then statements output should be either integers or either strings or either date fields only. It should be any one data type only, not the combination. Okay. So hope you understand. So to understand it better, you have to practice multiple times. That is the only thing required here. Okay. So the better thing I want to use, I'm using the main function to the overall if statement. Just click on apply. Now you see, whatever the condition we have written, we are getting the same here. 3 lakhs for the central region and the same 3 lakhs for the south regions. So it is the else condition. And for east, we are getting 5 lakhs here. For west, we are getting 4 lakhs here. Okay. Hope you understand this concept. And here I want to introduce you one more concept. As of now, how we are getting targets here? I'm getting targets here from a calculation field. So if you start any project, sometimes not if you start a scratch project, the data will be not ready in the databases sometimes. In that time, we have to take your targets within the Tableau using this calculation. Once these targets are coming from the database, right? Then we have to use the database targets and we have to replace this field with the database field target field, database target field. So now let's take how to take these targets from the database. Now assume that we are using the databases as of a MySQL database. Okay, we are using MySQL database here, but assume that I am getting the targets from the Excel files. So here we have a scenario. We are getting the tables from different databases. One table is coming from the MySQL database. One table is coming from the target table is coming from the Excel file. So here I can say a region. So we should have targets, right? We should have target region wise targets. And I have overall target also. Okay, overall target also we have, right? You have two types of targets. So irrespective of region, the overall target is what we have taken earlier, 30 lakhs. Okay, like, but based on the region, east, west, and so you have south region, and for central region, the targets are different. For east, maybe 5 lakhs we have assumed. For south, we have west, we have taken 4 lakhs. For remaining, we have taken 3 lakhs. Like this. But for overall target is constant over all the regions. So just save this file in your local system. Maybe anywhere you can save it. Like in the desktop, I'm saving it as a targets by region. I guess targets by region. Just to remember, this is batch one FAQ. I can say. Okay, like that. Now I'll go to Tableau simply. So we have this table which is coming from MySQL. Now go to the database link. Just click on the database. Just click on the database button. Now it will ask you to provide the database password here. Just provide the password. Just click on sign in here. So this is how you will get the targets in the real time. Sometimes you will get the targets in the same database, the same table. Sometimes you will get the targets from the same database but different tables. But in the interviews, if they ask you, right, you can tell that we are getting the targets from a different database. Here we are using MySQL, right? You can say we are getting the sales data. So we are getting the sales data from the MySQL database, and we are getting the target sales from the Oracle database. You can say like that. And they may ask you how you are connecting these two databases. Very simple. Once you connect to the MySQL database, we have a add button is there. So once you click on the add button, go to the Microsoft Excel file, navigate to the Excel file where you have saved it. Just click on that one. Just click on open. Now you see we have connected to the MySQL database as well as we have connected to the Microsoft Excel file also. In this Microsoft Excel, we have sheet one is only there. In this sheet one, we have targets. So and now I want to join this MySQL table with this target table. So while joining the two tables, we have mainly two different methods are there. So let me explain with that method in the data modeling page. In the data modeling page, you can go for either joins option or you can go for either relationships. So if you go for joins option, we have inner join, left join, right join, full outer join is there. If you go for relationships, we don't have many options here. You can directly drag and drop the table. Just give me a second. Okay, so I'll tell you mainly how to do the join and blend, how to do the joins and how to do the relationship between two different tables. Okay, I'll just tell you quickly. So now, so we are already using this table from MySQL, right? How to identify that this table is coming from MySQL? Very simple. Just double click on this one. You see here you can see blue color. Sorry. Here you can see blue color. That means this is coming from the blue color database. If you see anything which is from the orange color, right? Orange color thing highlight that is coming from the orange color database. Like that, if you connect to different databases, it will show different colors here. To identify, simply it is coming from which database, like that. You see? Okay, if you go to click on the MySQL Excel file here, just drag the sheet one here. Cross divisions can move the data outside of Tableau. Make sure you are using trusted database. Just click on OK, not a problem. Now you see blue color here. Here I can see orange color. So this is coming from orange color database. So this is how we do joins in the how we do joins between different tables, and the different tables may be coming from the different databases also. In the interviews, they will try to confuse you by saying that I have two tables. One is coming from MySQL and one is coming from Oracle or Excel file or any other database. Can we do the join between these two tables? They will ask you. You can say yes. Okay, like that. So to do the join, I'll tell you one more time. Just remove this one. So to do the join, what we have to do? First, we have to open this one, which is coming from the MySQL. Just double click on this one or click on this drop down. Just click on the open option. Now here I can see already MySQL table here. Now drag the table from the other database. Now I see four different types of joins: inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. Full outer join is not supported in MySQL, but in all the other databases, most of the databases, it will support. So now two things. So in this table, we are already having the regions. In this sheet also, we are already having region field. So we have to join these two tables based on the region column. Region is a column which is common between these two tables. So why? Because if you go to Excel file, in this Excel file, I have region is there. And I want to populate this corresponding region target on the other table. So how to identify the records between these two tables means based on a particular column, you can identify these two tables. Okay. So as the region is the common column between both the tables, I can join these two tables based on a region column. So from here, you can select the field from the region field from the MySQL database. From this left side, right side one, select the field from the sheet one. So under data source means left table here. Just click on this one, select the region field. Now that is equal to region field from the sheet one. So this is how we have to combine the two different tables based on a particular column. So if you want to understand more about these joins and all those, right? So as I told you, just to go through our class notes, right? I have given you some links, right, to go through all the videos, right? You can go through all those videos where you see data modeling, joins like that. You can go through all the data modeling classes. Okay. Now you see I have joined these two tables. Now I want to achieve the same thing without using joins. I want to use the relationships. Okay. So if you want to do the relationship, right? Once you join the two tables, I can see this join symbol here. Now, if you remove the table, just click on open, just remove this sheet one here. Now I don't see that join symbol here. Now I want to do the relationship between these two tables. Now to do the relationship, don't open this one, don't open this one. Directly drag the sheet one from the other database into this joining area. So we can say this is joining area where we can do the data modeling between the different tables. So how to identify whether it is join or whether it is relationship? If you see the join symbol, that is a joins, left join, right join, like that. Whenever you see this dotted dash line, this is a relationships. Okay, so like that. In the relationships also, we have to mention common field from the both tables. So just click on this line here once. Now go to the bottom here. Here you can see we have to select the field from the custom SQL and we have to select the field from the sheet one. So it is already selected here by default. You can keep that as it is. But in the relationships, instead of inner join, left join, right join, here we can see if you go to performance option, we can see many to many. Here you can see many one option. Here you can see many one option. That means we will get four combinations. many to one, many to many. Or we select one here, we can say one to one and one to many. So we'll get four combinations here. That is called cardinality. So in the interviews, they will indirectly ask you what is the meaning of cardinality. So when you do the relationship between these two tables, you will get this cardinality option. So by default, we will use many to many option only. In the interviews, they will ask you, you can say that we are using the many to many only by default. We can keep that many to many by default as it is and come to the any one sheet now. Now, when you come to any one sheet, what will happen again, it will try to extract the data. Why? Because we are adding new data here, right? That's why it will do the it will it will create the extract using these two tables. Okay. Now extract is completed here within seconds. Why? Because the data is very less, around 10,000 records, only like that. Now what I want to do, I want to replace this region field, region target, the region target field, which is coming from the which we are calculating within the Tableau. But now this field is coming from the database itself. You see, now I have two tables here. One is from the MySQL table, one is MySQL table, and one is sheet one table, which is coming from the Excel file. Now, in this Excel file, we have a target one. This is the region-wise target we are getting. It is a region-wise target we are getting from the sheet one. Now, I have to replace this field with this new field. Now, what I have to do? Simply go to this target new field, click on the replace references option. Now here search for the this field. So just search for the region target field. Just click on select that field here. Just click on OK. Oh, sorry. We want to replace this one with this one, right? Sorry. Go to this old field actually. Go to this old field which is already being used. Just select the new field, new target here. Okay. Maybe so here we have two targets. This is the overall target we have taken. And this is the target one, which is coming from the sheet one. So if you have two, so sometimes we don't notice that two fields are having same name. In that case, Tableau automatically introduces one here. Target after target, it will introduce one here automatically. So just select that target here, just click on OK. You see what happened? Automatically, that old target is replaced by new target in each and every sheet. For example, in 10 sheets, you are using field one. Once you replace this one with a field 2, automatically this field will be replaced in each and every sheet. In all the sheets, it will be replaced. But you see this time, I can see this is in a red color. Why? Because that region target is aggregated one, what we have written earlier. But this new target field is not aggregated one. That's why we are getting errors here. So sometimes if you want to overcome this target, if you want to overcome these type of errors, what we can do is there are two methods. Directly drag and drop your new field on top of the this red color field. This is the one type of one. Other one is just go back where you see the old field here. This is a this is not aggregated one, but this is an aggregated one, right? So what we have to do is we have to convert this into aggregated one actually. So what I will do, simply create a calculation field from this one and aggregate this one. How to aggregate this one? You may take either min function or something like that, and you can aggregate. So this is, I can say this is new target. Just click on one. Now this is aggregated. Also this one is aggregated. Now I can say just replace the old one now. Just go to old field. Just replace one with the new target, which is already aggregated one. Just click on. Now you see, without getting any error, old one is replaced by new target here. And I can see same values here also. So this is how we'll get the targets in the real time from a another different databases. Okay. Hope you understand this one. Try to learn all these things today itself. Okay. Just give me a second. Hope we are already over that time. Okay. Okay, so like this, we will be getting the targets from the different databases. So the we have discussed about different types of environments and how to generate the targets within Tableau using calibration fields for different regions. And we have seen how we will get these targets from the how to use the targets or how to replace the existing targets with the new targets which are coming from the other table from the other databases. So like that, and we also have seen that how to modify the existing data sources. How to modify the existing data source. How to modify existing data source? Very simple. As I told you, right? You can click on the data source button, go to the data modeling page. There you can simply click on the add button. You can add the new data. Or if you want to modify the existing table with the other table also, then remove the existing table, then simply replace that with the new table. Simply. So today we have seen a lot of things here. So all these are very useful for you in the real time. So in the interviews, okay, sometimes you will get this type of bugs here. Like you see, earlier it is occupying the entire this width, but now it is occupying less width here. So just select this one. First click on the standard, then click on the entire like this. Okay. So once you are done with your changes for today, just click on publish workbook option. Same method. You try to follow each and every day this process. Then only you can remember in the interviews. Then only this flow will come to you. Otherwise, you cannot answer in the interview in the flow. You won't get that flow in the interview until you practice the same thing each and every day. Okay. So same folder we have to publish with same workbook name. You can publish either all the dashboards, only dashboards option, and you can select the particular dashboard and sheets also here. And every time when come to the data sources option, we have to embed your password. So for that one, just click on the edit option. You see, allow refresh access, we have to select always here, and we have to embed the password. And you see, when you click on this one, you see embed in workbook. So for extract, you can see embed within the workbook like that. You can see now. Now, one more important thing here we can learn today is like if you are using any Excel files, CSV files, right? If you use any Excel files or CSV files, which are located in your local system, right? Then we have to select this option. We have to select this option. What is that option? Include external files. When you click on this option, right? Then what the Tableau will do is Tableau will carry these Excel files and CSV files from your local system to Tableau server. You are publishing this dashboard to the Tableau server, right? So when you check this option, include external files, what the Tableau will do is Tableau will take these Excel files from your local system into the Tableau server within the workbook. It will carry these Excel files within the workbook itself to the Tableau server. In that way, you don't get any error in the Tableau server. Otherwise, sometimes you will get some errors if you don't check this option. So just check this option, then click on the publish option. So this is a very important option. Include external files. It will be applicable for the CSV files, Excel files, PDF files. What are the files you are using in this workbook? And those files should be within your local system. Then you have to check that option. Like that. Now you see we are publishing our workbook to the Tableau server with this one. So I have given this link to you already in the group. Just to open this link, and by seeing like this, you can practice. By seeing this one, you can practice whatever we have done here. Try to replicate the same thing in your copy also. Okay. So okay, thanks everyone. Thanks today. We may meet tomorrow. Okay. Anyone have any questions?
Venkat,
Yeah.
you told that MySQL server is three type of servers. There's a QA and
Databases. Mhm.
development and production. How
Mhm.
can
Yeah.
you MySQL?
Yeah. Tell me.
Hello? Yeah,
Yeah, tell me.
but the MySQL server is connected to three type of servers. That is a
Mhm.
development, production, QA. Does
Yeah,
MySQL also have three servers available?
yeah, in MySQL also in real time. Not only
Okay.
MySQL, what
Yeah.
are the database they are using in the real time? That may be Oracle database, that may be Google BigQuery, that may be anything.
Okay.
They will maintain three servers: development
Okay.
server, QA
Uh-huh.
server, and a production server. And I will tell you one
Okay.
more difference between these environments. In the
Okay.
production server, the data is huge. The data is huge. Huge in the sense
Okay.
it contains all years data, like from
Okay.
2021 to like whatever they want, it will contain
Okay.
all the data from
Real
2021 to
data.
till date. Huge data,
Okay.
and it
Hmm.
is up to date actually. But
Okay.
the development, as it is
Uh-huh.
only, we will use only for the development purpose only, right? So it may contain only
Okay.
1 year of data, and it will contain incomplete data. It will contain
Okay.
all the columns, but not the entire
Okay.
data. It may contain 1 year data, 2 years data, or 6 months data, like that. And
Okay.
that also incomplete data. But
Okay.
when you go to QA server, in the QA
Okay.
server, the users will do the the users will do the UAT testing, right? User acceptance testing, right? So
Okay.
it should be exactly matched with the production data, but
Okay.
it should be for at least 1 year or 2 years. But it should
Okay.
be complete data, which should be
Uh,
in sync with the production server.
production server. Yeah.
In the development server, it is
Okay.
maybe 1 year data, 2 years data, 6 months data, but it is
Okay.
incomplete data and it is incorrect data sometimes.
Okay. Okay.
And it is not complete data, like that.
Okay.
And it is as it is for testing purpose. It is as it is for development purpose, right? So they'll try to create
No,
the
no,
make of the.
development purpose, we are not going to develop anything. We are
We
getting
don't do
data.
anything. Yeah, the database people will create all these things. We need not to bother about it.
Okay. Okay.
While creating the dashboards only, while doing the development only, connect to the development database.
Okay.
Once the
Uh,
development is complete, replace the development with the QA server before publishing the dashboard to the QA Tableau server.
okay.
And from QA, once the UAT is over, publish it from the QA to the production server. And
Okay.
before publishing to the production, we have to replace the QA database with the production database. So if you remember this process, you have to tell all these things in the like in the interviews, like what is the they will ask you what is the meaning of SDLC, what is the meaning of SDLC, software
Okay.
development life
Development
cycle.
life cycle.
They will ask you. So you can say all these things. We'll first do the development using development server and development database. Once it is completed, we'll publish to the QA server. They will do the UAT and all
Uh,
those. Once
Why
you
we need three server? Because one server is enough now. Why we need every time three servers?
sorry.
See, why we need for MySQL three server? Directly production server is enough.
No, no,
One
the
server.
direct production. See, production server is like all the users will all the users will come into the production servers, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
what
Yeah.
you will do is if you keep on publishing the same dashboard to the same production server every day with same name like that, right? So the users
Okay.
will confuse actually.
Okay.
Also, there are large number of users who are coming to
Okay.
the production server. So because of that reason, the production server is very highly configuration. It have very high configuration, like very high RAM,
SQL or
high
SQL or Tableau, sir?
both.
Okay.
Not only SQL, not only Tableau, not only Power BI, not only .NET projects, not only JavaScripting projects, whatever the
Okay.
projects we will be using in real time, right? All the
Mhm.
projects, what are the tool you will use, in all the things we will be having all these three types of environments.
Okay.
For example, one person is developing the website.
Okay.
There also we have development website will be
Okay.
there, production website will be there.
Okay.
So production means, for example, I'll develop one website and
Okay.
I'll just give that website to the users. So they will try to use this. The users will try to use this website. After
Okay.
some time, after some time, the users the user asking for few more functionalities in the same website.
Okay.
But to implement those functionalities, the development
Mhm.
will take may take 30 days of time, right?
Yes, yes,
So they can't implement the same thing in the production server because every day it will change.
yes, yes.
And sometimes the developers will do something and that may not
Okay,
work properly.
okay,
At that time, they have to go back again, right? If you do in the
okay.
production server, if you do in the
Mm-hmm.
production server, it will be confused for the users. Also for if you are using SBI application,
Mm-hmm.
if you open now, you are using some different options. If you open after some time, you can see different options. Then you will confuse, right? As
Okay.
a we are the customers to the SBI, right? So we can't see
Mm-hmm.
different options in a single day. We don't see. You should not see any different options. The users will confuse.
Okay,
And for
okay,
example, if you see, I just click on the pay button.
okay,
Okay. Once you click on the pay
mm,
button, this pay button is appearing in the bottom side.
okay,
But if you come to the same website, or if you just click on the pay button, and when you
okay,
come back, when you just click on the back button after 2 minutes, you don't see this pay
okay.
button. You may see this pay
Yes,
button on the top right side, something like that. You will confuse.
okay,
So like that, because of this reason, we'll be having different types of environments in any language, not
okay.
.NET, JavaScript, anything like that.
Uh,
So once the development is over, proper testing will be conducted. Why? Because for the development is completed, users will do the
mhm.
testing actually. Each and every functionality is working as per their expectation.
Okay.
If you click on the pay button, the pay button should work, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They will do the testing also. This pay button is working or not. And if the pay button is working, it is
Okay.
navigating to the which page to which page it is navigating. So they will check all those functionalities. Then that will be done in the QA
Mm-hmm.
environment, and that will be done from the user side actually, not from the development side.
Okay.
Why? Because as a developer, you say that yeah, we have completed everything. Because as a developer, you will be confident that whatever you are working on,
Oh, yeah.
only tester will come to know. The tester will the tester
Mm-hmm.
will write some points here, point one, point two, point three. So they will write
Mm-hmm.
all the existing functionalities. Also, they will
Okay.
write all the new functionalities they have implemented.
Okay.
And they will also see that this new functionality is affecting any old functionalities. Because of this new functionality, any old
Mm-hmm.
functionality is affecting or not, they will see that one also.
Okay.
So the thorough testing will be there. The testing will may take in real time 2 weeks, 3 weeks also sometimes based on the requirement.
Okay.
If the requirement is simple, they may complete it within 1 week or 3 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
If the requirement is if there are more requirements, 5 to 6 requirements, 10 requirements will be there, right? They will take two
Mm-hmm.
weeks, 3 weeks of time to complete the UAT. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Any other question from anyone? Hope no questions. Just try to see like try to